Hi, I'm Ryan Osterholm.
And I'm Brendan Flaherty. We're food safety lawyers at OFT Law.
So I want to talk a little bit about the new Romaine E. coli 0157 outbreak. This is the fifth, at least the fifth, E. coli outbreak associated with romaine lettuce in the last several years.
I think it's safe to say that the romaine freshly produced lettuce industry has a real problem. From our research, a lot of the problems stem from the irrigation water that's used to grow these plants in certain areas.
Right, so this particular outbreak has been sourced to the Salinas Valley in California. And right now, the FDA has stated that you should not consume lettuce from the Salinas Valley. This is the second time that a complete area of the country has been kind of embargoed or said, do not eat this lettuce. And it's a particularly harsh thing to say, which means that it's very serious.
Yes, the agencies don't typically like to do that, and up till 2018 it was exceedingly rare. In 2018, the same sort of blanket warning was put on the Yuma Valley, which is another growing area that typically starts production in November, right about this time.
So right now you should check your fridge, make sure that you do not have any product that is sourced from the Salinas Valley, and it should say it on there. Any romaine product that is sourced from the Salinas Valley. Now the good news is that the Salinas Valley growing season is coming to an end, and it's our understanding that really there's not any more lettuce being harvested from there. So check your fridge. Any lettuce that is being sold in the grocery store should be okay. You should double check and make sure it's not from Salinas, but anything that you can buy before Thanksgiving in the grocery store should be okay.
Exactly, and there's also a recall list available on our website and the CDC website. Let's talk a little bit about what it means to have an E. coli infection. From the time that you ingest a product containing E. coli to the time that you get symptoms is called the incubation period. And that incubation period isn't instantaneous. It usually takes at least a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days from the time that you eat a contaminated product to the time that you first experience symptoms. And Ryan can talk a little bit about those symptoms.
Yeah, so the hallmark symptoms of Shiga toxin producing E. coli or E. coli 0157 in this particular outbreak is bloody diarrhea. Severe bloody diarrhea that is going on usually for multiple days, but any time that there is blood in your diarrhea, you need to see a doctor because it's very serious. This usually is accompanied also by very, very severe abdominal cramping. Most people that go through this describe it as the worst thing that they've ever gone through.
And I think usually it doesn't go right to bloody diarrhea. In most typical cases, you have an onset of fatigue, feeling uncomfortable, then followed by some cramping, maybe some diarrhea without blood, and then progressing to bloody diarrhea. But that progression can also happen quite rapidly.
And especially during a large outbreak like this, if you do have severe diarrhea and it is not getting better, in one day or something like that, it usually is a good idea to see a doctor.
Some of the potential complications of E. coli, every E. coli case is extremely serious, but in really tragic and very sad cases, the E. coli can go on to cause a condition called HUS, hemolytic uremic syndrome, which is very serious, life-threatening, and causes lasting kidney damage.
If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to reach out to the lawyers at OFT Law, and we'd be happy to chat with you about it. So if you think you're part of this outbreak, and we expect this to get much, much larger. Right now there's 40 official cases. Usually there's many, many more cases that kind of come through the system. But if you think you're part of this outbreak, it's really, really important you go see a doctor.
And the reason for that, and when you go to see the doctor, make sure and insist upon having a stool culture obtained and tested for the E. coli bacteria. That will allow public health investigators to link your specific case to this broader outbreak.
And then give us a call or shoot us an email if you do think you or a loved one is part of this outbreak. This is what we do. We help folks that are suffering E. coli infections, and we'd be happy to chat with you and just answer any questions you have if you're just not sure, what's going on. So how can they get in touch with us, Brendan?
Call, text, or email. There should be a link at the bottom of the screen.
Thanks so much.